Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to install the FSR optiscaler mod for Bedrock RTX using an AMD or Intel GPU, although for FSR4 you're ideally going to want a 90 series AMD card, the 9060 XT and the 9070 or the 9070 XT. So the first thing you're going to need to do is download this .7 zip archive, and here I'll show you what that looks like extracted. It'll download a 7-zip, and then you'll either extract that with your WinRAR or your 7-zip, ideally. And then you'll get these files here. You're also going to want to download the Bedrock launcher, which I already have. You can download the zip, it'll redirect you. Just extract that with either a 7-zip or with the default Windows one. And after you extract it, it may have you install certain dependencies, and that's pretty straightforward. Just be aware where it installs the version of the game. So typically it will be in your username, and then app data, and then roaming, and then Bedrock. That's where it'll install, and then the game files will be saved somewhere here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it install the latest build. We're just going to let that download now. And you can see that that finished installing and then it ran, so we're just going to close out of that for now. I'm going to open up my CapFrameX for Riva Tuners overlay. You can use whatever overlay you choose. This is just what I'm using. And then I'm also going to show you what GPU I'm running. And as you can see, it's a 9070 XT Gigabyte or OS Elite. This is default settings. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Bedrock, and we're going to make sure that vertical refresh is always off. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to copy and paste all these files. We're going to go into the folder that it created after we installed it, and we're going to paste those files in there. And then I'm going to go in here and copy this file as well and paste it, just to be sure. Alright, then what we have to do is we have to run the batch script, select the first option again, and then first option for DLSS input. And then that finishes installing. We then open up the optiscaler.ini file, and as you can see, we're going to need to change the DX12 upscaler option since Bedrock uses DX12, and we're going to change this to FSR 3.1, and that will give us our modded version of FSR4. Not exactly the same as FSR4, but it gives you pretty close image quality. And besides that, if you are running a 1440p 16:9 monitor, you're going to need to also change something here. For the upscale ratio override, change this to true. And then we're also going to change the ratio to 1.75. If you're running 1080p or 2160p 4K, you don't need to do this, so just be aware of that. And then after that, is done, we can just launch the game now. And let's just test. I'm just going to show the resource pack used. And as you can see, it's using upscaling since the FPS is around 140 to 160. So this is stock GPU settings. Let's just show the upscaling is on 24 chunk render distance. See, normally you'd be hitting around 80 here, so we're getting about almost double that. If I turn off upscaling, you'll see the performance tank here. So yeah, we're getting about 80 FPS at native rendering, which if you're on a 9070, this is probably fine still, but it's not a high refresh by any means. And yeah, so this is around 3080 Ti performance. So I'm just going to put upscaling back on. God damn it. And then I'll just show you one other more demanding map. This map is a bit more intensive as well. This map, you will not get the same FPS. This is one of the most heavy maps in the game. This map uses, at the bare minimum, 12 gigs of VRAM. Typically it sits somewhere around 15. And this is the default pack as well. This isn't even using an extra high-res texture pack. So you can see that this is working. Image quality is very good. I mean, it's not quite as good as DLSS 3.5, but it's better than every FSR version I've used. It's better than XeSS as well. So there you have it. And I can also show you as well, if you want, that we can run the Better RTX installer. So we're just going to change directory. And I'm just going to run, and we're just going to select. And this is for Better RTX. You can select any of the presets here if you want. And there we go. So that's how you do it. That's if you want Better RTX at the end. That's optional, but everything else you needed. So that's it for this tutorial.